Hi friends, happy Saturday. Welcome back to the channel. Look. I just have to, sorry, I just want to cover the estimated revenue there, but we are one subscriber away from hitting our 6,000 goal. I did promise to do a giveaway every 1,000 subscribers. So before I even have my 4 and 5K boxes officially all boxed up and sent out, we are approaching 6K. Literally, probably by the time I am done recording this video today, we will be over 6K. So thank you so much for everybody who is here, who comments, who likes the videos, who shares the videos. I couldn't do this without you guys. I exist only to work with you guys, and the collective here is so important to me. The energy that you guys bring, I feel, helps the messages come through. So again, this isn't my channel, it's our channel. Thank you for growing this collective and just being so amazing and kind. The community here is just unmatched. You guys are so supportive in the comments. Like, I don't get a lot of hate. It's a beautiful environment we've created here. And again, I couldn't do this without you guys. So thank you so much. Oh man, 6K. I did a post asking what you guys wanted to see in the 6K giveaway. And it looks like the majority of you as of right now are voting for a free private reading with me. So I will probably save like my witchy vampire goth inspired giveaway box for October. There is a true crime inspired box that I'm so excited to do, and I thought about doing that for my 1-year anniversary, but that's already next week. So I have the 4K box going out, the 5K box going out, and then 6K may end up just being a private reading. So I may do a true crime box in place of a giveaway box for 6K. Since I'm not really doing anything there, I think I can afford to put a little gift basket together for my 1-year anniversary on YouTube. So yeah, stay tuned for that. It's super cute. I found some stuff that I think you guys would like, and since the channel kind of started with general zodiac readings and collective messages and then kind of morphed into this true crime style sometimes I just get completely like thrown off track when I get a download, and sometimes I hear I know a lot of my subscribers are recently new here as of the last month, so I don't know, sometimes I get interrupted with like sensations in my body that completely disrupt my train of thought, and it's so frustrating because I probably sound so ridiculous on here, like literally mid-sentence and then just like completely blank mind. But yeah, since I've been sitting here this morning, I keep getting like this weird like heart palpit, like, not, I don't, it's hard because I'm not really medically trained in any way to like actually like speak on what I feel sometimes. And I don't know that it would be like heart palpitations, but I was just feeling like where it's like irregular, I don't know, like just this morning. And it's happened to me, you know, I felt this before. It's not very often at all, and this is the first time it's happened while I was reading since sitting here this morning meditating. But like I'll get like where I'll feel my heartbeat like 3 times. But just now, like, so I wanted to mention that just to give you guys some context as to what I felt just now when I was just cut off. But like since sitting here, like I'll be sitting here and then like I can feel like where you should have like a steady heartbeat, it would like beat like 3 times, like it would kind of be like a jolt. But just now as I was doing that, it was like my right arm kind of like, oh, is that like a sign of a heart attack or something? Is it your left arm or your right arm? I don't know. I just felt like tingly sensations in my right arm, and that's why I kind of got distracted, because I'm like, okay, yeah, I was feeling those heart things, which I was gonna mention to you guys when I started the reading, but then I started getting like tingly warm sensations on my right arm. Am I literally about to have like a heart attack on this video with you guys? I don't know if I don't know, because when you're empathic and you're intuitive and you open yourself up spiritually to energies around you, I have a hard time knowing for sure what is mine and what isn't mine, what's part of the message and what's not. So anyways, I think we just need to get into the message now. What I was saying about the true crime box is the channel kind of morphed into more of a true crime tarot channel. So for that, I feel like the 1-year box would be fitting to kind of go with the theme of the channel. So that'll be fun for me anyways, if I get that put together in time. I would love to do some sort of fun giveaway for you guys with that. My 1-year anniversary is June 6th. So 6/6 is the anniversary. There was something else I was, okay. Oh, for those of you who are asking about private readings, I know a lot of you are wanting that to be in the 6K giveaway, and I've gotten quite a few inquiries about private readings. And yes, I am opening up private readings this summer just to see how it goes. They will be paid private readings, and the cost for a reading is $88. And I'm saying that now only because my birthday is 8/8, and 88 is just a cool number, so we're starting there. But if you book with me the week of my 1-year anniversary, since my anniversary is 6/6, I will make the paid private readings $66 for the week of June 6th. So for the rest of the summer, $88. For now, I don't know that I'm going to continue doing private readings or how that's going to look for me in my schedule, but I'm going to give it a shot and see what that looks like for the summer. $88, $66 if you book the week of June 6th. And again, that'll probably be the 6K giveaway. Stay tuned for all of that coming up. And today we are going to be reading on the Albert boys. So this would be Brian Albert, Kevin Albert, and Chris Albert. I don't know a lot about the three. I know they're brothers, but I don't know if there are other siblings or if there are other brothers. I just know of these three. I know Brian Albert has a son, Brian Albert Jr., and I know Colin was there, which I believe is Chris's son. Or is he Kevin's son? I believe Colin is Chris Albert's son. And I believe Kevin Albert works in the police field in some way. I don't know if he's an investigator, a detective, a police officer. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure Kevin was involved in some part of the investigation, from what I understand, that he shouldn't have been because it was so close to home. Brian Albert, we know, is retired now from, again, like I know a lot more about the case and the situation now, but I'm still like very unclear on specific details. Like I don't know exactly what Brian Albert did. I just know he was in the force to some degree. I know he recently retired. And then Chris Albert, I know of owning a pizza shop. And then they're from True Crime Tarot. She found information that he, I guess, got away with like a hit and run accident or like a vehicular manslaughter or something like that. And then that he may have also been involved in some sort of like CSAM ring of some sorts way back in the day. So again, bear with me, guys. We're just going to do an energy reading on the Albert brothers just to see what we can pull up about their energies, to see if anybody specifically jumps out as being more involved in the underlying motive of John O'Keefe's death. Here on this channel, we are going in the direction that Karen Reed is innocent. So the way that I'm reading and interpreting the messages is looking for clues as to why John O'Keefe could have been murdered, what the intention and the motives were behind that. Was this a complete accident? Was there more going on? Was this a cover-up? You know, those types of questions. So if you are under the assumption that Karen Reed is guilty, this may not be the reading for you. If you're here with an open mind, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. But just know that based on me channeling John myself, the readings I've done, and then the information I've learned about the case, I'm going to stand on what I believe is the case. And I don't believe that Karen hit John with her car, drove away, and left him to die in the cold. So I do try to go into the readings with limited information, with an open mind, and I will let spirit show me a path to go down, and then I will go and look for validation, do my research, try to piece together what spirit has shown me. And in this case, I feel like I've already done that. I've done my due diligence. I went to spirit. I had an open mind. I did my homework. I did my research. I've sat in meditation. I have channeled with John directly many times, and I believe Karen is innocent. And today we are looking at the Albert boys. So this should be fun. I do plan to invite John here. We're going to be working with the Holy Spirit and John O'Keefe himself. And so that being said, I'm going to open it up with a quick prayer of protection, and then I will kind of lay out how we're going to pull the cards, because it's going to be like a multi-person spread just to see who looks like somebody we should dig in deeper for, and then I will do a follow-up video looking more into that specific person as it relates to the case. Okay, Holy Spirit, thank you so much for being here and protecting me and my viewers. I just ask that you cover us in the white light of heaven, keep us safe as we ask John here from the other side. I ask that you only let John through and protect us from any low vibrational meddling energies. I thank you for this platform and allowing me to be a vessel to bring messages forth for the greater good. John O'Keefe, you are welcome in this space to give us messages from the other side. You are welcome to manipulate the energy in any way that you see fit to bring messages forth. We are asking about the Albert brothers and any information that you want to share with us as it relates to your death on January 29th, 2022. Thank you for being here with us. Spirit, lead this reading. Okay. I think we're going to start with Brian. So we'll do kind of 3 rows. We're going to start with Brian Albert, Chris Albert, and then Kevin Albert. Kevin is the one I know the least about. I really don't know much about Chris at all, other than he was at the bar with them that night. So that could be important. To be honest, I don't even remember if Chris went back to the house or was seen at the house. I'm not even remembering that. I think Chris was at the waterfall bar with them and then he didn't go back to the house, right? Or did he? Honestly, I don't remember, but I guess that's okay because we're just looking to see what Spirit and John want to tell us about the situation. So I guess, and to be honest, even if it said he wasn't there, doesn't mean he wasn't there because nobody's phones were checked, you know, according to their GPS locations. So they tried to hide that Colin was there and he was there. So there could have been people there that weren't on record for being there. So we'll just kind of let the energy reveal itself as I'm getting kind of worried about like this heart thing because now I felt like a needle poke in like my shoulder, like where my shoulder blade and neck connect on my right side. I wonder if one of them has heart issues or is at risk of heart attack. I don't know why. Isn't the right, I don't know which arm it is or if that's just women that present that way or why I'm feeling like that, but it's kind of worrying me. I really hope it's not me and it's energy I'm tapping into. I do plan to Google that after the reading, but I kind of just want to let it sit in case it's not my energy. I don't want to worry myself, but I'm trying to think which. I think I'm going to open it up with one card from Shadows of the Middle Ages for each of the guys, and then we will clarify it with a tea leaf. I think if I'm remembering now, maybe Kevin was, because there was a reason why I thought Kevin would be important to include. Was he somebody that investigated the Sandra Birchmore case? I feel like that could be something because I'll show you guys in case it repeats, but I feel like you guys bring up Sandra Birchmore a lot, and if I'm remembering right, the link between the Alberts, John, and Sandra would have been Kevin. He would be like the link there, possibly. Again, Brian, Chris, and Kevin is the order that we're doing. We're going to get one for each. All right, John. Introduce us to the Albert brothers. Let us know the important information that we need to know. If you want to expand on the reason why I'm getting energy around my heart, my right arm, and my neck, if you want to point out who that might be connected to, if any of them. John, can we have one card for Brian Albert? Oh my God. So you guys just seen when I was asking about the energy, 4 cards flipped out. And I mean, I was kind of in my own little meditative state. Mountain at the bottom, the same card. Okay, these cards flipped out. I moved them down like this just so I can get a look at them in case they repeat, which is what I usually do when I'm in meditation pre-shuffling, is when cards flip out, I'll glance at them, put them back, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. If they fall out again, the more they repeat, the more I know that they're an important message. And then that's when I come on here and I'm like, in my pre-shuffle, this card kept showing itself to me. So this is what happens. Like, they'll fall out, I'll take a note of them. So what just happened was these 4 cards flipped out. I looked at them, put them back, shuffled, shuffled, shuffled. When I was asking John to give us one card for Brian Albert's energy, the exact same 4 cards flipped out with the same card at the bottom, which is Mountain. But we have Thistle, Anchor, Stairs, and Angel. I just think that's incredible. I mean, one card could have flipped out. They could have been separated when I was shuffling, but they came out all together twice in a row. The Stairs is jumping out to me. The Angel. I don't really want 4 cards out here. I'm just going to glance at these to see if I can take the message they're trying to send without leaving them out here so I can get 1 card for Brian. But let's just see what this message is. This card is used as a signifier for work issues. The Anchor. Work issues. The Anchor. Interesting. Thistle. The thistle signifies a prickly situation or a need to establish boundaries to protect yourself. This card suggests the importance of self-preservation and standing up for yourself in challenging situations. Work issues, standing up for yourself, establishing boundaries. Stairs. The Stairs is stable and strong. You have been given a chance for success. Don't miss it. It encourages a gradual, step-by-step approach to achieving your ambitions, reminding you that each small stride contributes to a larger picture on your overall journey. Angel. Angels are winged beings endowed with will and intellect, serving as intermediaries between the human world and the divine realm. They seem to be filled with light, love, warmth, and spiritual joy. Angels resemble a source of warmth, white golden radiance, remarkably radiant and joyful. Angels belong to the forces of light, the forces of goodness, speaking to us more about the spiritual than the material world. Spiritual development, love for all living beings, compassion, kindness, tolerance, and forgiveness. These are the main tenets of light. Taking small steps on a journey that lead to a bigger picture, work issues, persevering, and being a being of light. Bringing light into a dark situation. We will keep going there, but I'm going to mix these back up too, just in case they come back out together. Could have just been a little introduction message from John. We'll see if anything repeats. John, can we get 1 card for Brian Albert? Owls. Let's get one card for Chris. Tunnel is giving basement vibes. And Kevin, we get one card for Kevin. Child. Thistle is back at the bottom. All right, we are starting with Edgar Allan Poe. By the way, one of my giveaways, I don't know which one yet. Maybe my birthday giveaway or the 8/8 giveaway. I have already started to piece together a Poe box as well, where I do intend to give this deck away to one of you. It's one of my absolute favorites, and I just love everything Edgar Allan Poe. So yeah, that will definitely be a themed box coming soon. That's your vibe. All right, John, give me 3 cards for Owls for Brian Albert. Can I get 3 cards for Owls? While I'm shuffling, you guys go check out Jasmine's Crazy Cat Tarot. She's almost to 1,000 subscribers. I know that will help her out. She's so amazing and so incredibly sweet. She's going to be doing giveaways as her channel grows as well. So once she hits 1,000, you guys can go be a part of her little giveaway. It's Jasmine's Crazy Cat Tarot. Go show some love over there. I knew that was going to come out again. Okay. Wheel of Fortune. Well, that's not looking too good for Brian Albert. We have 2 of Pentacles. Five of Swords. Not good. With the King of Pentacles. I'm hearing the word jaded. Jaded? Like Brian Albert feels jaded. He feels I don't know why I felt the need to like rub my throat. Like, and not just my throat, but like where my Adam's apple would be. If I had one. Anyways. This Wheel of Fortune and Five of Swords, like I'm just getting the energy around feeling jaded. I see this as two different ways. I see it from Brian Albert's perspective, where he feels he got wrapped up into something unfairly that threw his life off course. He feels jaded in a way, but I also see the energy here of him being heavily looked at. Yeah, we have a severe heat warning here in the valley today, and it's going to be really hot. My AC just kicked on and it's only 10 a.m. Yeah, there is the energy of like somebody watching. This person in the back here is like, it looks like undercover, like where he's watching and taking notes in a book. He's wearing glasses. It just looks undercover. This person is juggling something. But the Five of Swords is doing anything to win. Like it's an unfair fight. The King of Pentacles. But I don't know why I keep feeling like Brian feels jaded. I'm going to pull a tea leaf for the owls. The hammock, taking a vacation, physically or mentally. Okay, I know he recently retired. Maybe he feels jaded because he had to retire early. I don't even know how old he is. Maybe he was always set to retire now, but in some way, yeah, it feels like he was either asked to retire early or because of everything that happened, in some way he feels jaded on his life path here. I'll come back to this and clarify. I just want to get a few cards out for each of the guys to see which energy looks the most interesting to dig into. John, can you help us with energy for Chris Albert? Chris Albert around your death. I'm going to get 3 cards here as well. Knight of Swords. That's interesting because that would be Colin type of energy. The Knight of Swords is like the young, aggressive, angry. In some decks, it even shows the Knight of Swords as a boxer, like that type of like younger, reckless, angry, impulsive type of energy with the tunnel. And I was telling you guys that gives me like basement energy. So basement with the Knight of Swords under Chris, and I do believe Colin is Chris's son. I could be wrong though. But there now we see the sun and the basement. Queen of Pentacles. One more. Nine of Pentacles. Is Chris Albert divorced? Why are we seeing a Queen of Pentacles and a Nine of Pentacles, which is giving me like ex-wife energy? Or Colin Albert's mom has some significance here. Bottom of the deck, the Empress, as I was saying that. So Colin, Chris, and who's the wife? Is it the ex-wife? Who is Colin's mom, and why is she showing up as important in this energy? The Empress, wow. Or a female, an attractive, fertile, successful female is also important as it relates to Chris or Colin. Heavy feminine energy here. Okay, let's get a tea leaf here. Pineapple. Reconciliation. Interesting. I wonder if there's some weird dynamic there with Colin's mom. It's very strange. Pineapple is also like a symbol for swinging, isn't it? Oh, with the women and the Nine of Pentacles. Could that be pointing to Chris being involved in some sort of like secret swinging type of... I know I've seen comments from you guys saying that they were allegedly a part of some sort of swinging group, but with the tunnel, that gives me like underground, secretive. And then the Queen of Pentacles with the Nine of Pentacles is giving me like a mother, but then with single type of energy in the pineapple, it's like I'm married but also engaging in single type activities. With the pineapple, could be like pointing at the energy of that swinging type of allegations that have been thrown around. Okay, John, show me the energy for Kevin Albert as it relates to your death. Why is child here? Protecting a child. The Empress. Oh my gosh. Protecting a child. If this like was Colin, they're all colluding to protect the child in the family. But the Empress, again, if it is true that Kevin had something to do with this because of the Sandra Birchmore case, that is showing a pregnant woman and a child, which would directly tie in the Sandra theory. Although I don't know what the theory is, that John was killed maybe because he knew about corruption with Kevin investigating. Is that what it is? And you know, it could have hurt his career, and maybe Brian Albert feels jaded because whereas they were potentially trying to protect Kevin Albert's career based on this investigation, if this were the case, it ended up backfiring and hurting Brian Albert's career, and Kevin kind of goes under the radar here. But then we also show ties with Chris's son, so maybe, yeah, very interesting. Okay, let me get a couple more here. Too many, but I've made note of that energy. If it comes out again, I will let you guys know. Mother of Pentacles showing itself to me again. We have the Empress at the bottom with this Queen of Pentacles. Now we have this Queen of Pentacles. Here we have the Nine of Swords. Which is anxiety around this Empress and child. John, can you give me one card to clarify the Empress and the child, whether this is a family member they're protecting, or you were trying to show us Sandra Birchmore energy there with Kevin? Six of Wands. Bottom of the deck is Mother of Cups. I don't know, the butterfly is giving me the energy of like being in spirit. So like the mother that's in spirit. So Sandra is what I would... Ace of Swords is like my yes card. Like, yes. So when I said Sandra, Ace of Swords being at the bottom, yes. John is pointing at Sandra Birchmore energy here with Kevin. Let's get a tea leaf here. Oh, problems to be resolved. This is ink with a pen. The ink is spilt. It's giving me like spilling the tea type of energy, like information coming out. Problems to be resolved around Sandra Birchmore. Okay, so, but to be honest, all of this is kind of interesting to me, and all of it ties together. I feel like in a way, Brian Albert got looped into this trying to help his brother out, allegedly, right? If this is the case, this is just energy. I'm just throwing a theory out there. This is all hypothetical. None of this is true. I'm just trying to make it make sense. So if I'm looking at this energy, to me, it looks like in this particular theory, if Brian Albert was trying to help his brother out about whatever was going on in the Sandra Birchmore investigation, whatever happened at his house that night, he feels jaded because it kind of backfired on him and his family and his career when he never really seen it going that way. Like, he feels his life was turned upside down, and maybe they only plan to confront John or get information out of him. Maybe it was a complete accident, and who knows, right? But it looks like in whatever way, he's a little salty about it. I'm not gonna lie. Brian's energy comes through as like I just keep hearing it in my head, like, you son of a bitch. Like, and I don't know who he's aiming that towards, if he's talking about John in this energy or his brother. Like, I tried to help you out and look what happened to my family, or look at this mess that we're in. Like, or John, like, oh, you son of a bitch. Like, if you just wouldn't have done this and we had to look into you and this wouldn't have happened. Like, I don't know. I just get this energy that maybe it wasn't, Brian Albert wasn't the one that had something to hide. But something potentially went wrong. And then with Chris, maybe something went wrong, as in Colin ended up being at the house. He is a little hot-headed and took things too far. Maybe he was confronting John because they thought John wouldn't, like, fight back if it was a young kid, like letting somebody else fight their battles for them, thinking, you know, it would be better than one of them confronting him. And then it turned into this situation where now all of the brothers owe it to this Queen of Pentacles to cover for the kid because they got him involved in their messy shit. You know, like, if I don't know Chris's wife or how connected they are with his mom, but I get that energy where the mom was instrumental in making sure this went away, and maybe she knows a lot more and she's like, you guys will not let my son go down for this, or you're all going down with him, type of energy, because she's showing up as important here in Chris's energy. And then maybe the whole underlying situation may have something to do with Sandra and Kevin over here, and all these other people kind of got involved in some messy way. But this energy with the tunnel and the Knight of Swords, well, in reconciliation means there was issues there, like trying to resolve an issue in the basement with a hot-headed younger child. And I can't help but wonder if somebody in this trio here may suffer from a heart attack soon. Let's keep clarifying. Next, we're going to look into the females. I want to look into the women of the house. So we know that Sarah Levinson was a nurse in the house that night, and because I kept getting energy around a nurse being significant, I want to look into her energy more. We're going to look into Jen McCabe, and then we're going to look into Brian Albert's wife, because allegedly in Jen's statement, her testimony is that, I'm forgetting her name right now, but Brian Albert's wife, her sister, was cleaning the house. She's like, oh yeah, my sister just loves to clean, so she was cleaning the house that night. Yeah, right. Oh, look what just flipped out for Brian. Rage and confusion. Oh, yeah, like that's the energy of like being jaded. Was he the aggressor though? That changes things. The one that came out after that is spiritual bath, self-care, cleansing. Oh, I was talking about cleaning. Rage and confusion, and then the energy of his wife cleaning. How funny. So yeah, I want to look into those three. I want to look into Jen, her sister, and then the nurse that was in the house that night. So the card that flipped out, the white bull, power, dominance, fire, like the bull. So here we have rage and confusion, and then I'm not going to leave it here, but we'll see if it comes out again. We had bull coming in under Chris, which Chris could potentially be talking about Colin, so I'm not going to disregard that because the Knight came out. So I don't know if this is necessarily Chris and Colin, or if this placeholder for Chris is pointing to Colin. So let's get one for the Chris Colin energy. We may look into Colin and Higgins as well in the next video. So yeah, stay tuned. Over the next few days, we'll dive deeper into the energy of Chris. This card just hit the floor. Reflections, changing of the tide, secrets and shadows here. Secrets and shadows. Like hiding in the shadows of the basement. Like the secret was he wasn't supposed to be there. Nobody knew he was there. Hiding in the shadows, underground. Yeah, I will dive deeper into more of the energies around the case. The women, Colin, Higgins, whoever else you guys, maybe even more on Bev, although she just kind of makes me sick. I don't even want to get into her energy. I think the majority of people who are in tune with what's going on is aware of how corrupt she is, so I don't know that I would. Oh, and death. Well, it's painting a more clear picture for me. Anyways, I'll quit rambling. Stay tuned for more John O'Keefe, Karen Reed energy readings. Rage and confusion, secrets and shadows, death and coffin. It goes back again to this problems to be resolved under Kevin around this child, this Empress, anxiety. Well, and technically the Six of Wands is that energy of like success, like saving, like successfully solving a problem as it relates to potentially the Sandra Birchmore case. Here we have the death and coffin card, but this again is keeping in line with this energy, because with this coffin we have like the flowers. It's giving very feminine energy. So I think this is more so just saying the death of Sandra and not the death of John, but I see more so of like protecting this brother's kid being involved, this person like really pissed off, angry, and feeling jaded about how this whole thing played out in an attempt to confront or bury whatever problems were here with Kevin, because Kevin seems to be a very elusive energy in the mix here. Chris was at the bar with them. Colin was a secret about his presence at the house that night. But then we have this person willing to do anything to win, to stay on top, whether that's manipulation, bribery, using his power, whatever he needs to do to cover this up. But he's pissed. Like Brian Albert feels like he got the shit into the stick, that his family is suffering the most from this. Like he's giving like this poor me energy, like kind of where I feel him like, excuse my French, but like fuck you guys, like we're in this situation because I tried to cover for you. Like I don't know. And I think he's feeling less secure, like his power isn't going to go as far as he thinks it will to keep him and his family safe. And he's really kind of pissed off that now he's in the line of fire as it relates to potentially being investigated by these owls. And this person sitting in the back here is like, they're going to look more heavily into Brian than anybody else here. And he's feeling some type of way about it, because even though this may have been the reason and this may have been the person, he's the one that's going to suffer the most, I feel. And that's karma. That's that Wheel of Fortune, guys. That's just, you don't get to choose how karma comes back around. We don't know how things are going to go for us. Every day is a whole new cycle. And I feel like his karmic wheel did a little flip for him, and he's not happy about it at all. I'm going to get 3 cards to clarify with the Gilded Tarot for each energy, and then I will grab a final oracle card here, but we will see. To be honest, I kind of see the interest in digging in deeper into all of these. Definitely this, though. Definitely the energy of Chris and Colin. And I'm curious to see how this feminine plays into it, or Colin's mom. I want to do more research on her. If you guys know anything about Chris's wife or Colin's mom that could be of importance, please comment. A lot of my new subscribers seem to be very well educated on this case, so any information you guys have, I hope you feel comfortable sharing with us. All right, I'm gonna get 3 clarifiers, John, for Brian Albert. Can you give us 3 final energies for Brian Albert? Oh, that was fast. Oh. Temperance. That was very fast. All 3 cards, and I only flipped a few of them. So the 3 cards we have clarifying here are the Knight of Pentacles, Temperance, and 7 of Cups. This confusion card is the 7 of Cups. But then I'm also getting like this very like calculated, cool, calm, collected, methodical type of energy here. Like, because the Knight of Pentacles and the Temperance is very intentional, very slow moving, not rushed, not impulsive energy. And the 7 of Cups, if this is like chaos, disorder, confusion, a lot of things going on, it's like somebody needed to be the anchor, the person that says, this is what we're going to do, this is how this is going to be handled, the one that comes in deliberate and like the problem solver. I feel like that was Brian's role here. He was the shot caller, I feel. I think he was the one that kept his wits about him. The rage and confusion, though, could either be the energy of what was going on, and then he comes in to put this plan together. Like, this is what we're going to do type of energy. Let's keep going. All right, John, can we get 3 final energies for Chris and or Colin? That's interesting. Oh. So Queen of Wands. Again, like another feminine energy. Okay, and this is talking about like secrets with Pineapple, where I was getting that swinger energy. We have the Queen of Pentacles and then the energy of like acting like you're single with the Empress at the bottom of this deck. Now we have Queen of Wands, which is giving other woman energy, the lovers, the other woman, the swinging, and then the Tower. A Tower. Again, I don't really know Chris and his situation, but if there was secrets here around a potential other woman or swinging or whatever, for whatever reason, there's heavy energy around a female, swinging energy, sleeping around, stepping out, acting single. But a Tower here, the Tower tells me that it's more important than just like outing his secrets. This is more than just, oh, Chris had a fling, oh, Chris was a swinger. This Tower tells me it's significant to the energy because a Tower moment is a big event. So there are secrets here that brought a Tower down as it relates to some woman in the energy of Chris and Colin. So I don't know which person this is. And for those of you who are going to go directly to the Higgins and Karen thing, this has nothing I'm reading here has anything to do with Higgins and Karen's flirty texts. Because I know some of you can come in with that idea and then make the cards fit that situation. And I've seen it on like other energies where they're like, oh, that means that's exactly the energy of Chris and Higgins. I'm like, wait, what? No. Like, I get the energy was there, guys, and it is a big speculation for motive, but I don't believe so at all. This is something else. This is something with Chris or Colin. Something to do with either Colin's mother and energy around Chris, or a female around. I don't know why I almost said Jen McCabe. Was Jen sleeping with Chris? Is she the other woman? And this Nine of Pentacles is the daughter of the Queen of Pentacles who went to go pick up Colin. How are they related? How? Okay, so if Chris is Brian's brother, there would be no relation with Jen because she's the sister of the wife. So technically she could be sleeping with her sister's brother-in-law. Well, if they're swingers, maybe they would have been sleeping together anyways, right? Like, I don't know how connected that is, but in some way, is Jen connected with Chris and Colin as it relates to tying her daughter into it and protecting the kids? Whether it be Colin and Jen is the one saying, like, you will absolutely get these kids out of this mess that you created, or else, like, we could be talking about Jen here, which I'm excited to dig into the energy of Jen now, because in some way I feel she could be connected to Chris and Colin in a lovers type of tower way. Secrets here, guys. Secrets, Empress, lovers, the other woman, tunnel. Let's do a quick clarification for Kevin. John, give us 3 energies for Kevin. I'm going to note here, 7 of Wands is defense, protecting him, protecting Kevin, and this problem that needed to be solved. The cards that fell over here, 2 of them landed under Brian's energy, 1 landed under Chris's energy. So we'll look at them, but we're moving them all over here. But it looks like in this, oh yeah, the 10 of Cups, protecting family. Ace of Swords, my yes card. I just told you guys, yes card. Yes. Protecting your family. So in the attempt to keep Kevin's name out of this, to protect their family, the energy is clarifying this energy here all fell under these 2 brothers, who I feel are going to have the most consequences from this. Although I think Brian knows he's going to take the brunt of it and he's pissed about it. But he did come in to try to play Captain Savior. Let me fix this. And he's going to face his karma for that. Although I feel like there's a lot of secrets here with Chris and Colin. So let's just see what these 2. So this is under the energy of Brian, Queen of Cups and Judgment. Yikes. So the Queen of Cups was under here, which is the deck that we used for Kevin, which was the confirmation that we were talking about Sandra. And then now we have that Queen of Cups here and a judgment call. So a judgment around a Queen of Cups, which the Queen of Cups in this reading has been identified as Sandra Birchmore. With, again, the Ace of Swords, the yes. So confirmation here. Brian tried to protect his brother around whatever he did in this case with Sandra, and then under, oh, and then the Death card under Colin, Chris, the basement, the secrets, the tower. This is the minor arcana for death. This person is ill, sleeping, dead. You don't really know. The 4 of Swords is very elusive in that way. You interpret it as you see fit. That definitely looks like John O'Keefe. So here we can bring all this over now and read it for Kevin's energy. We now have death, judgment call around Sandra Birchmore. I mean, it lines up. We have the coffin here, the death card, the judgment card. Like, the consequences of whatever happened as it relates to Sandra Birchmore, that's the trumpet being the trumpet is like the reckoning, right? Like, all of this transpired because of a reckoning around Sandra Birchmore's case. Fascinating. I was going to pull a final witching hour, but now that I'm sitting here, I'm not feeling it anymore. So I'm going to pull an animal apothecary for the 3 brothers, combined the energy, combined into one collective story. John, can you give us a final energy card to wrap up Brian, Chris, and Kevin's energy today. Any final messages? If I have any doctors in here, let me know about the whole right arm and my heart issues. Oh, there's another owl. Inner truth. Doors, stairs, the key. It's giving basement vibes. Inner truth with nourishment while waiting. We have owls here. All right, let's look at inner truth. Owl sees in the dark and knows what is not directly being shown. She is the master intuitive. In ancient Greek mythology, Owl sat on the shoulder of Athena so that the goddess would know the whole truth at all times. Incredible. If you receive this card in your reading, it is a message that you have a deep inner knowing and you can trust in this gift. Whatever guidance you are currently seeking, this card is confirmation that the answer will come, but it will come from within. Owl says it's okay to not always immediately know the right answer or what to do. Fear may rise and hide the truth of a situation, but you are being asked to sit in the confidence of your inner knowing. Patience is of the utmost importance. When you push and try to instruct your intuition to immediately figure out the answers, your intuition becomes strangled by your ego's control. All you need to know is that the guidance will come. When and how it comes is none of your concern. Life will help you connect with your intuition to reveal the truth, figure out the best path, and do what is best for your growth and the growth of everybody involved. Owl Medicine shares that you do know the answer, and it will be revealed in the right moment. Relax. The truth shall set you free. I think we all know the truth. Like the truth, as elusive as it may seem, we have to trust that we as a collective, everybody who is looking deeper into this, like we know the truth here. And the truth, according to this card, might actually be revealed. Whereas maybe not on the level we hope, to where somebody actually faces their judgment day for this, but more truths are going to come to light around this situation. I do feel that that is saying, like, there's more to be uncovered here. Truth of a situation could be hidden. Okay, let's go to nourishment while waiting. Nourishment while waiting for this truth to come out, like patience, knowing that it'll come out in the right time, that this is happening for the greater good of everybody involved. Everybody that's involved in this is facing their life's karma. Like they all agreed to this path before coming here. This was a set soul contract between every single person here, and everybody is on their own path for why they're in this situation and what the outcome of this will be as it relates to their soul growth, their karma. Okay, anyways, I digress. The baby hawk. Hawk is a power bird with big medicine. Hawks are fearless, the visionary, the messenger, and the balanced one. Hawk is your highest self. Baby hawk in this image represents the part of you with an overwhelming desire to step into who you fully are and fulfill your purpose. Mouse represents the nourishment baby hawk will need to develop into her most fulfilled self. Baby hawk teaches us the wisdom of nourishment while waiting. This is a moment of patience. What will you do while you wait for your vision to manifest? The flower blossoms in its own time, but the gardener cultivates the seed's growth. The gardener ensures the seed's fullest development by nurturing it, pulling the weeds that threaten it, and planting the seeds where it will receive the most sunlight. While you wait for the next step to be revealed, you must similarly prepare yourself for success. Baby hawk needs to be nourished before she can achieve all of her greatness as an adult hawk, and this is why you must nourish yourself on every possible level. Ask yourself what skills your future self currently does not have, and then start researching and practicing them. Once you grow and develop these skills, you will step into your highest self. Wise old hawk looks back on her past self and shares the medicine to not just wait in patience, but to learn while you wait. Stay persistent on your path towards growth and develop and strengthen yourself, for it is the consistent nourishment to become your greatest self that magnetizes you toward dreams unimaginable to you now. I can't help but feel that message for Karen. Like, yeah, I think you guys can interpret that with what I'm trying to say there. as it relates to that inner truth and nourishment while you wait. They're all on this path together for a reason, and I feel like there are more truths that will come out, and the reason why innocent people are thrown into this mix is for a divine reason, and we may not see it yet, we may not know why, but it is for the greater good and the highest development of that person's soul in this life. So I'm going to leave that there, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, John, as always, for joining us. We love to get messages from you. I look forward to channeling you in the next reading. Thank you to all of my new subscribers here. Thank you to everybody who has liked this video. Drop a comment, say hello. If you have nothing to add, drop a B emoji. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Bye.